Good morning, everyone. Betsy here. It's a Sunday morning, and I was working on some earrings, and I wanted to just do a little video to talk about how to make them. What I'm working on today is a really pretty little drop earring. This is a spindle bead, a little glass rondelle, and some little tiny rondelles on top, and I will show you how to go ahead and make these. Now, what we're going to need for this project is we're going to need some wire, 20 gauge. I'm using brass, but you could also use silver if you like that. I have some, I think these are 6x8 rondelles, and kind of a, I don't know if you can really tell from the video, but it's a translucent, kind of a very light plum color. This particular strand has I don't want to say multicolored, but they're like different shades of translucence right here. So obviously when I'm doing these, I want to try to pick the beads that are the closest together in color. I have these spindle beads, which again are very, very light plum, very kind of a smoky lavender, and they do have a little bit of Picasso around the edges. And I have some of these really, really pretty, this is like a darker lavender kind of color with a little bit of a metallic shine, and these guys are faceted. You're also going to need some head pins, and for this I picked some brass with a little ball end. I really like little ball ends just because it adds a little bit of, I don't know, gold on the bottom. It's cute. So for tools, we're going to be using our round nose pliers. We're going to be using our chain nose pliers, side cutters, and for this, just to straighten the wire on these head pins, we're going to be using the pliers that have little silicone doohickeys on the end. So let's get started. All right. We're back, and as with all of my videos, I'm going to be working behind my camera, so I might be a little bit awkward, and I'm going to do my best to keep my hands in the picture, which is a bad habit of mine. Okay, to start off, we're going to just wire these little spindle beads with the head pins, just to make a little tiny loop, just like that. And I'm going to grab a head pin. Now, these came in bent. A lot of times when you buy these, they come in bags and they're all bent up, so you have to straighten them. So what I usually do is just grab my chain nose pliers just like this, and you just straighten it with your silicone pliers. Just run it over the head pin just like this. And here's another one that's really, really bent, so I'm going to also be doing the same thing, straightening this up with my pliers. And as you can see, they're nice and straight, except for this guy right here. So I'm just going to take my chain nose pliers and just use that to straighten this out. And sometimes this is a little fiddly, but there we go. I think that's going to work. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and string these on the head pin. And a lot of questions that I get from people when you're making a loop just like this, you want to know how much of the wire to cut to make a loop. So I've been doing this a long time, so I kind of know how much to cut, but when you're starting out, a nice sized loop is gonna be a little short of a ½ inch. So I don't know if you can see this, but I would cut this right about there. You see that? So just less than ½ inch on my ruler. So I'm using, this is, these head pins are 21 gauge. They're a little bit smaller than the normal wire I use. So that's actually a little bit too long. So let me just give this another cut. I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and this is how I do it. I know other people do it a different way. Some people bend it, but this is just my technique. So I'm just holding the wire right here. None of the wire is sticking out of the top of my pliers, and I just curl this around just like that to get a loop, and then I just bend it back, and then I just reinsert to fix the loop to make sure everything comes together, and it looks like that. I don't know, it just works better for me, and some people use a one-step looper, which is, you know, that's fine. So whatever is easier for you. And I also want to make sure that this is closed up, so I'm just gonna squeeze that together a little bit just so that it does not fall off when I hook it up to my other piece. So again, we're going to make another one of these, and I'm going to measure about a ½ an inch, a little bit less, so I want to cut about there, and here we go. That's about the length that you want. And again, I'm going to take my pliers, holding this up, I'm going to roll this away from me, just like this. And my wire is going to be a little sideways, so I'm just going to wrap it back, and then just, see if you can see this, I'm just going to roll it around like that. We have a nice loop, and I'm going to squeeze it shut. Okay, so that's the first part of the bauble. All right, for the second part, I'm going to use some of my 20 gauge wire. And I don't know, I consistently use too much wire to make these, but I mean, you could cut about 2 inches of wire maybe. So just going to snip that. And I'm going to make a loop on the bottom so that I can attach this to it. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers. I'm going to put this, I want a small loop, so I'm going to put it right at the end, just like this. I'm going to turn it away from me, just like that, so I have a tiny little P. And then I'm going to insert my pliers again. I'm going to pull it back. And now you've got a nice little loop, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Oh, I hope I have enough wire there. We'll see. Sometimes I underestimate too. So I'm just going to cut another piece that's a little longer. I like to use the side that the flat part cut, just because it looks a lot neater. And again, I'm going to make a really small loop. I'm going to put this on the end. I'm going to make it so that you can't feel the end of the wire, and that makes a better loop. I'm going to loop it away from me, just like this. I have my little P, and I'm going to move it toward me, just like that. Okay, so we have our loops. I find it a lot easier to connect things when I just use the loops that I just made. The reason I use this one is because it's easier just to control this wire, because sometimes these can get out of shape if I bend them again. So that's why I just like to do it this way. All right, so the charm is going to hang this way. All right, so the loop that I just made is up and down. Okay. Now, the thing I like about these beads is that they're not all the same color. They're kind of close to each other, and it kind of gives a little bit of contrast, which I really like. Now, let me try to find some beads that are kind of close to each other in color here, because like, as you can see, they're all a little bit different. So I'm going to choose this guy, and I'm going to choose that guy, and they're pretty close. I just want everything relatively the same. All right, now on this one, I'm going to redo this. I think I need a little bit more wire. It is a little too, I cheaped out on the wire. All right, so let me straighten this, and let me cut another length. And this is the edge I just cut. Let me just do another little loop. I hope you all can see this. I'm so bad at making videos. But there we go. That's not quite right. Let's fix it. Okay, good enough. And I'm going to open this up. Now when I open this up, I move it up. I don't move it out, I move it up. And that keeps your little hoop looking good. All right, let me just close this up again. So we have our little charm hanging there. Okay, so I'm going to use two of these. They're a little bit darker. Two of these little rondelles. I'm going to put one bigger rondelle and then a smaller one. And I really like the way that looks. It's kind of got a contrast top and bottom. I mean, you could also use, I have these really cute little darker melon beads that you could use. I mean, I really like those too. All right, so let's just put this back on. Now, as I said, I want the charm, let me get everything straightened up here. I want the charm to look like this. So you're going to be seeing that loop. So this loop I'm going to have facing the back. So when I make my wrap, I'm going to have this loop facing side to side. And I'm going to take my chain nose pliers. I'm just going to put the wire right here, right at the end. As you can see, it's all lined up. I'm going to push the wire away from me, just like that. And I'm going to use my round nose pliers. Now, depending on how large you want the loop to be, you can either make a really small one or you can make a larger one. And I usually have marks here, but I can kind of eyeball this so I know what I'm doing. So I slip my round nose pliers in just like this. I turn them up like that. You see that? So the wire's going away from me. And I'm going to loop the wire back toward me like this. So it looks like that on your pliers. Now I can't go any further because the wire's kind of stuck here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my chain nose pliers to a position that looks like that, and I'm going to wrap the wire underneath. So what you see is that. I'm going to switch hands, and I'm going to just turn this around so it's a little convenient for me, and I'm going to wrap this with my right hand. And as you see, whoops, you see how the wire is set up here? I'm going to wrap this away from me. So I'm going to go around once. Now, in order to get a really nice loop, try to keep the wire as close to the top wire as you possibly can. So I'm going really carefully, just like that. You see the second loop? And I'm going to do, there's still a space right here, and I can fit in a third loop, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just like that. And you can see how the wire fits in there perfectly. So now you've got your loop right here. You got a little tail you need to get rid of. So we're going to trim that off just like this. Snip it. You've got a little raw edge right here. So I'm just going to tuck that in with my pliers. We're going to take a look at the whole thing, and if your loop is a little crooked, you can adjust it a little bit. This is actually bent forward a little bit, so I'm just going to adjust it back, and there is your first bauble. All right, I'm going to do a second one. I'm not going to talk, I'm just going to do it so you guys can just watch. Well, I can talk, but all right, what did I do with my little beads? I need some more of these guys, so let me just cut that. I talk to myself while I work, so anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. It's sunny and hot here in Pennsylvania. Very, very hot. I have not been out that much this week. In fact, I haven't even been to the barn to see my horse. It's been so hot. Although I have been down a couple times to just give him a shower and some watermelon. My horse loves a watermelon. So I'm just gonna bend it this way. Actually, he pretty much loves everything. He likes carrots, he likes all kinds of melons, he loves apples, he likes almonds. Apparently almonds are safe to give to horses, which I had to find out because he does eat them. I wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna like mess him up really bad. All right, so we have this, and I'm gonna wrap it around like that. And one more time, just go slow. You'll get it to look neat if you just go slow. Oop. Sometimes that happens. I'm just gonna take it off, and I'm gonna snip, and I'm gonna tuck in just like that. And I'm going to check to see that this isn't bent over. See, this is bent over just a little bit, so I'm just going to adjust it. Because sometimes when I'm talking to myself, I get myself confused. I don't know, I'm weird. All right, so there you go. We have a pretty pair of drops that you can just add some ear wires to. I think they look really, really pretty. I have a new AI program. It's very cheap. I can't remember the name of it, but if you take pictures of your earrings, let's say I put ear wires on these and I took pictures of those earrings, I can have AI actually put the earrings on a model so you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to be using that quite a bit for some of my baubles, and it really gives you a good idea of how they're going to look on your customer. So anyway, that's what we did. I hope everybody has a good afternoon. And listen, Angela has not been feeling very well. She's fine, but she's just been in pain from some injury she has. So I just wanted to ask everybody if you could just keep her in your thoughts and send her some really nice healing vibes and prayers. That would be absolutely appreciated. So anyway, I'm going to sign off, and I will talk to you soon.